it so much, I had problems getting on the stage. Thank you very, very much to Go West. I enjoyed that, and I'm sure everyone here in Stoke-on-Trent did. And also, an extra special thank you to the Hilton School of Dancing. Give us a wave. Give them a round of applause. Well done for joining in. That looks smashing. They taught me a few things, I can tell you that. OK, that's all from us here in Stoke-on-Trent. Back here very shortly. See you, Michael.
Thank you, Egghead.
Thank you.
Right. Holly Roberts drops a note from East Lothian in Scotland, who sends some Easter presents down, which is rather nice. Little guitar, which I will peel back and stick on. Also, the Crow and Sivhead, a present from Ipswich in Suffolk from Claire Taylor. Do you want to take that for you? So both of you, a little pad for you to draw on. So when you're going on holiday, you can take that with you.
I'll get you back next year. I'm going to Liverpool to see our kid Gooey.
Are you?
Yeah.
Gooey who?
He's my cousin, Gooey. Gooey Johnson.
Gooey Johnson.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean? Right, also, Crow is in this week's Bead magazine. I hate to say it, but there it is, with Floella on the front there.
Yeah.
And inside, a crow's eye view of the BBC. What can I say? A whole page of Crow. And I see you've neatly turned the bottom corner over, so you've obscured my face there.
I didn't mean that, Mike, honest.
Eh?
I told them to put you on the middle
A whole
page.
page of you inside there.
Oh, don't I look great in that, eh?
Is it true that you bought 30 copies of that?
No, 50.
Anyway, that's in the current Bead magazine. A whole page of the crow's eye view of the BBC. Right, now we're going to go out and see what Sarah's up to down in the warehouse.
I'd like to introduce you to Tipper Irie. We're having a little chat down here, and we'd like you to join in now. Tipper, we saw you coming in riding a bike, first of all.
Yeah.
Not quite like Eddie Kidd, but then Eddie Kidd can't rap like you can.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's very
How
true.
did you get into the whole thing of rapping?
Well, it started about, I say about 4 years ago. I used to go out. My dad used to have a little discotheque, you know, in the basement of our house, and he used to have little dances down there. So I used to go down there, and you know, he used to play music, and I used to talk on the mic and
Did it just sort of come naturally to you?
Yeah,
Or did you have to learn the words first and then do it?
It comes naturally first. Yeah, it was born naturally with me, but you know, lyrics is a thing. You know, sometimes you really got to study, you know, to become established, or you know.
Have you got any sort of hero rappers?
Well,
people who you like,
who I look up to.
you look up to, yeah.
Oh well, I like Johnny Ringo.
What do you think of someone like Gary Bird?
Well, you know, I look up to them sort of people. I think they're very good. You know.
What does toasting actually mean?
Well, you know, what it really means is, you know, is an MC that talks, is a person that, like a DJ,
right.
You know, like Mike Reed,
right.
Or you know, you talk over rhythms.
So you're not interrupting the record, you're going along with it?
Yeah, you're not interrupting it, no, you're on the rhythm track.
Now you're single.
Good to have.
The feeling you're the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah. That's all the rapping. How long did it take you to write that, and how do you set about writing your words?
Well, some lyrics can come very naturally, they can just flow, you know? And some of them who are if it's an educated lyric, because you can write lyrics on anything really.
Now you've written some on SuperStore, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got the SuperStore rap.
Yeah, and I'll be doing that later.
Will you do that? Will you do that any minute now for us? If I say
Yeah.
you have to go upstairs to the coffee shop to do it, you just go out of this door, turn right, go up the stairs, and then we'll hear the SuperStore rap.
All right.
Okay, can't wait to do that. And I know that people have got more questions to ask you upstairs as well.
Fine.
Okay,
All right,
see you in a
Sarah.
minute. Are you all right? Just look out for John up there, and he'll tell you where to go.
Okay.
Now, while Tipper is going upstairs, I've got a couple of good lucks to say. But before I do that, I would like to show you, this is the special collector's set that we're going to send to Jack Mills, his collector's set of stamps that I couldn't find earlier upstairs in the customer services. Now, good lucks to, first of all, to my sister Laura Greene, because she's doing her first London performance tonight. She's a dancer, and she's doing a dance performance with her school, so good luck, Laura. And secondly, to my old mate Peter Duncan, because tomorrow he is going to be making his very first tightrope walk in front of an audience. It's at Chessington Zoo, it's at 2 o'clock. So if you're anywhere near there tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock, go and give a big cheer to Peter, because I know he's a bit worried about it, and he needs all the help he can get, all the support he can get, and so go along there and give a good cheer to Pete. Best of luck with that, Pete. And now, let's see if we're ready to go upstairs and hear the SuperStore rap. Are we ready, John?
Yes, Sarah, yes, yes, he's made it. Tipper Irie is here with us, and here comes the SuperStore rap.
Well, you know that Tipper Irie, I've got lyrics galore. I've got lyrics like the sand, what is on the seashore. Every year I'm improving more and more. And this morning I'm live on Saturday SuperStore. Cause it's good to have the feeling you're the best. Yes, it's good to know the SuperStore's the best. Yes, it's good to have the feeling you're the best. Yes, it's good to know the SuperStore the best. For most Saturday mornings when I wake up depressed, I walk up the SuperStore, it keeps my mind at rest. By Mr. Mike Reed, I am very impressed. And Cheggers is a person was very harmless. He's out and about the country in the east and in the west. And David is the one who does the sports desk. And Sarah looks nice just like a princess. Yes, it's good to have the feeling you're the best. Yes, it's good to know the SuperStore's the best. Yes, it's good to have the feeling you're the best. Yes, it's good to know the SuperStore the best. Well, the puppy cool crow thinks Liverpool's the greatest. They have a lot of phonies, a lot of contests. And when you write in, make sure you leave your address. They have the SuperStore bargains given by artists. And Sheriff Hoodflute is always making arrests. In a program like this, I got to show interest. Cause every week on the program, they have a special guest. The all SuperStore fans, I send a special request. Yes, it's good to have the feeling you're the best. Yes, it's good to know the SuperStore's the best. Yes, it's good to have the feeling you're the best. Yes, it's good to know the SuperStore's the best. Well, I'm gonna tell the people and I'm gonna tell the press. A pirate is a person not gonna make no progress. Cause when they chop on mic, the boy them sound helpless. And though the West London try to put us to the test, but I won't say no more, I know my case is rest. A pirate is a person completely harmless. It's pure fun cool, the boy want to caress. He muggle with the cool like them at Duchess. And when you check them out, you know them pocket penniless. They might have a couple pounds down and not west, but them can no puppy clean, them one string bed. Them no eat no good food, a pure junk them digest. With I Tipper Irie, no MC Jess. Yes, it's good to have the feeling you're the best. Yes, it's good to know the SuperStore's the best. Yes, it's good to have the feeling you're the best. Yes, it's good to know the SuperStore the best. When number 10 down the street is Maggie Thatcher address. And when I went to school, I used to work on a desk. The girls in my school, you know them was countless. But no sweaty girl, Tipper Irie molest. The best kind of steel, man, that is stainless. And most blues dances kept in the darkness. You have to jump for joy and jump for happiness, sir. Because it's good to have the feeling you're the best. Yes, it's good to have the feeling you're the best. Yes, it's good to have the feeling you're the best. Yes, it's good to know the SuperStore the best. Well, I'm another youth man, you know me fearless. The lyric in my brain, man, the flowing endless. And Bailey is a person, we're very effortless. My girl leave me food and she left me supperless. And every Thursday I watch Falcon Press. Yes, it's good to have the feeling you're the best. Yes, it's good to know the SuperStore's the best. Yes, it's good to have the feeling you're the best. Yes, it's good to know the SuperStore's the best. Yes, it's good to have the feeling you're the best.
Thank you, Tipper. Thanks for the compliment. You're the best rapper. We're the best program. Thanks. Wow. Here we go with Heather Couper once again, our favourite astronomer.
Wow, you're my favourite TV personality.
Oh.
Had to say
Well,
that, didn't I? Shut up, you.
Now then, tell me, what on earth is this? It looks a bit like a sort of big plastic water jug or something.
It's a telescope, and actually, you've got to messed it up now.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
It's all right. No, you can't see at home. I appreciate that. But in fact, I have this trained on the monitor over there, and you can actually see everybody going upside down because astronomical telescopes make things go upside down for various reasons I shan't go into.
But it doesn't look
a
like a telescope, does it?
No, it's an American telescope. Maybe that has a lot to do with it. It's lovely. You can pick it up, and you can carry it around with you like that.
Is that just a protective covering then? Or
that's a yeah. I mean, the idea is you sling it around your shoulders, as everybody can see here, and you can actually climb mountains with it if you really want to, and it doesn't get knocked on the rocks.
Yeah.
But,
well, maybe some people in the coffee shop would like to have a look through your telescope.
Indeed.
Anybody like to have a look through? There we are.
Great.
Somebody take it.
Look
right.
after it screams.
While we take some phone calls, I think, if you just pick up any phone, Heather. And who's waiting to talk to us? Hello, who's that? Kevin.
Hello.
Kevin Rogers.
Where's it go?
Hello?
Hello, Kevin. Where are you calling us from?
Card.
Where?
Card.
Kai?
Somerset.
Somerset. Ah, right.
Fantastic.
And what's your question to Heather then?
Well, you know, like, fire needs air, and, there's no air in space,
Yeah.
and the sun's a ball of fire. Well, it's like, how does the sun exist?
How does the sun exist? That is a very, very good question. Well, basically, the sun's out in space, but it's got its own identity, just like the Earth does. I mean, we're warm, as you know. We radiate heat into space from the surface of the Earth. But the sun is much hotter. It's a ball of gas, which is so heavy, it's so sort of compressed in the middle, that you've actually got things going on in the middle called nuclear reactions, nuclear fusion. And the temperature at the middle of the sun is about 15 million degrees. And that heat then spreads through space by what's called radiation. Radiation can spread through space, and when it actually hits something like a planet, then it starts to warm it up. So that's the reason that you actually feel the sun's heat coming to us. But the sun and the Earth are two very different things. The sun's a star. It's made of hot gas, very hot in its middle, whereas we, little puny Earth, are just a planet, and we haven't got enough weight, enough mass to actually make us very hot at the middle. So that's the reason why. The sun's a star, and it's very hot indeed.
OK, Kevin?
Thanks,
Thanks
Kevin.
for the question. You were mentioning about your telescope showing things upside down. I think you've probably got the telephone upside down.
I can still hear all right.
Right, good.
I could hear Kevin quite
Oh,
well, actually.
good.
Were you in
Right.
Australia, Kevin?
Oh, it's Solomon now. Solomon Darsat waiting to talk to us.
Hello?
Hello, Solomon.
Hello?
Hi, what's your question?
Can I ask Heather how much would a telescope cost, and is there any clubs you can join?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Two questions. Any telescopes and clubs? First of all, let's take clubs first of all. How old are you, Sullivan?
12.
Fantastic. Just the age to join the Junior Astronomical Society. The best thing we can do, if you're writing to SuperStore, anybody else who's listening, by the way, if you want to join the Junior Astronomical Society, we'll give you the address afterwards. I feel an absolute traitor here, because here I am, president of the British Astronomical Association, but that's really for people who know a bit of astronomy. So that's the best thing to do. If you don't feel like joining a big society, you can join up with your local club, and they'll probably have the details in the local library.
We will pass the messages on to you if they write to SuperStore.
Absolutely. Thanks, John.
Good.
The other part of the question, can you buy a telescope and how much would it cost? Well, the little astro scan that everybo's in the coffee shop is looking through at the moment. Can you see anything?
Anybody seen anything?
Yeah, they've seen something. That's great. They discovered a new star out there. That costs about £100, and that's quite expensive, as you can appreciate. And the other thing about telescopes, Sullivan, is that they only show a very small region in the sky. And if you're beginning, the best thing is to be able to see a big region in the sky, so you get to know. So
Do clubs have a telescope they share?
a
then?
lot of them, a lot of clubs
A
do.
good telescope then, yeah.
But the best thing I'd advise actually for Sullivan is that he buys himself a pair of binoculars and gets to know the sky that way, because then you'll get used to seeing what things look like through glass and then go onto a telescope afterwards.
OK, Solomon.
Thank
you very
Can
much.
I have your autograph, please?
OK, we'll send it off to you.
Right,
Good
thanks.
luck.
Now on to Mark Bradshaw. Hello, Mark. How old are you? Hello, Mark.
Hello, Mark.
Is Mark Bradshaw with us?
He's obviously gone into space.
Yes, he's floating somewhere out there. No, anybody in the coffee shop got a question while we're waiting for Mark? Yes, what's your, Karen?
People, well, aliens out in space.
I'd love to, actually. I really would, because, I mean, can you believe that we're the only people who exist in the universe? Wouldn't that be terrible to think that just human beings existed? The thing is, we've got no evidence yet that there is ET out there listening into the Earth. But I don't think that anything lives in our solar system. I don't think anything lives on the other planets going around the sun, even on Mars, which is the kind of best of all the planets. But I think it's likely that on planets around other stars, there may well be creatures out there. They might look just like John Craven, you never know.
Heaven help them. Heaven help them. Anybody else got a question? Yes, Debbie.
Heather, how old were you when you started to learn about the stars?
How old were you when you started to learn?
I must have been, about 6 or 7. I can't remember when, but my father was a pilot. He's now retired. And my mother used to say to me, look, dear, there's Daddy going overhead in his plane. And it was much more fun looking at the planes going over at night because they've got lights on them. And I was out one night, or rather I was actually peering through my bedroom curtains because I was too young to go out at night. I saw a green shooting star. I thought, gosh, a green shooting star. And I felt I'd made a discovery, and it was in all the papers the next day, and I was really hooked. So 6 or 7.
Not that you discovered it, a lot of other people had seen it as well.
Everybody else in the whole of London had seen it.
Yeah.
But, I felt I'd discovered it, so I was very, very young when I started. So it's never too early to start astronomy. It really is a great subject to learn. You don't have to know any science at all.
And I know that one of your bargains, Heather, is something that helped you when you were young and learning.
Yeah, this is right. this is a Phillips planisphere. And as you see, if I can show it to camera number 3 over there, can you see that?
The universe camera.
It's a universe camera. Hello, universe. It's a star dial. I can't get it to work because it's so brand new. You can dial the sky
But you set
you
it
can
for
see.
the time and the date.
That's right. You set it for the time and the date around the outside. So, for example, at the moment we're in April. We're on April the 13th, and I've got it set in the evening for 7:30, which is actually 8:30 British summertime.
Oh, you've got to work on summertime.
You've got to,
Greenwich time.
Yeah, or Greenwich time plus 1 hour.
Right.
And you can see just here, for example, there's the western horizon, there's the eastern horizon, that's north, and over there that's south. And you can see in the west you've got constellations like Orion setting, and in the middle of the sky in the south you've got Leo the Lion bang in the middle. And if you move on to later in the night, just by twiddling around the dial, which I shall try to do. Mine was made of cardboard, by the way. It was much easier to operate than this old one here. But it goes, you can see the stars rising and setting. And that's how I began.
Good. Something like that for anybody starting will tell you exactly where to look with your binoculars.
That's right.
Up into space. Right, what else have you got?
Well, in fact, that's an old-fashioned thing, I must admit. It's beautiful and it works. The other thing I've got to give away is something brand new. It's a Starfinder program. It's a little computer program and a book, and it's a modern version of this device. You're going to suck it away. It's a modern version of this kind of thing. And the idea is that you can actually see the sky on your computer screen. And I hasten to add, this only works for the BBC or Electron model computers. It doesn't work for Commodore.
Good to hear that. Right.
Throw in another couple of things. A national moon map, so you can find your way around the moon.
Right.
And finally, the BBC Sky Night newsletter. Thank you, Patrick Moore, to show you where Halley's Comet is.
All these wonderful star goodies.
Yes.
In return for this question.
The question is, as follows. Are you all listening? Yes, because you can all enter. Great. On a really clear, dark night, out in the country, without a telescope, how many stars can you see in the sky? Now, before you all start putting in the numbers, is it 3,000, 10,000, or 30,000?
3,000,
10,000, or
30,000.
That's right.
So,
how many stars
with
can you
the
see in the
naked
sky?
eye.
With the naked eye, that's right.
If you look out in the sky on a dark night, how many stars can you see? Is it 3,000, 10,000, or 30,000? Thank you very much, Heather, for helping us this morning with our star questions.
Thank you for having me, and have a good summer. Hope you see lots of shooting stars.
Lovely, thank you. Now back to Mike in the desk.
Yes, in the desk. Here I am in the desk. Right, during the summer, of course, we're all still working here, aren't we, Crow? We're all beavering away like mad. We'd like to know, while we're sort of slacking during the summer, how you'd like to spend a day in your life. You could say whatever you want, how you'd like to spend one day in your life, and you could find the Superstore film crew on your doorstep filming you. We'd like to know how you'd like to spend one day in your life. On a postcard to A Day in Your Life, not surprisingly, Superstore, BBC Television, London W12 8QT. How would you like to spend one day in your life? We'll get the film crew down to the lucky winner and shoot you. So there. Why are you dressed up like that?
Oh, I see a dark stranger.
Gypsy Crosy Lee, eh?
Gypsy Crosy Lee, yeah.
Great. Could you tell me what's going to happen next?
What do you mean, what's going to happen next?
Well, you're supposed to be able to read palms, aren't you?
Oh, well,
Am I going to be mentioning
I can see a big dark bird.
Yes, I can see a big dark bird as well, mate. Right. We've got a new Superstore book coming out as well this Christmas, so we'd like to know if you've got any great jokes you'd like included. We'll stick your name by them just to prove that you sent us the joke. So that's also to the same address, Superstore, BBC Television, London W12 8QT. Any jokes you like? Have you got any jokes?
Yeah. What travels at 200 miles an hour and is black?
200 miles an hour.
And it's black. Well, I tell you.
A piece of coal thrown very fast?
No, it's Super Crow when I've just nicked some of Sarah's dinner.
I thought you might be the answer to that one. So anyway, if you've got any better jokes than that for our Superstore Christmas book, send them to us to Superstore, BBC Television, London W12 8QT. We'll stick your name on it and you could be in the Christmas Superstore book. And don't forget as well, day in the life, how you'd like to spend 24 hours in your life, and we could well be filming you do it. Right, Sarah said that she'd like to spend one day in her life here in the store, and her wish has come true.
Yes, it has. And I'm over here in the coffee shop now with Catherine Howard, who is the very clever winner of our designer safety garment competition. Catherine, how did you come up with the idea of that?
Well, a lot of people are wearing jackets like this, all sort of padded and stuff. I thought if you design something like that, then people will wear it.
That's right, and keep themselves safe on the road at the same time as looking fashionable. Here's Catherine's original design. Where would you like to see that? Over here? Over there. There it is. And you can see that exact design. I tell you what, you stand up, Catherine, and give us a twirl so that you can see that Z on the back. That's all been made up. And that particular jacket is going to be available in C&A from September, isn't it? Tell you what, let's see if we can get the lights down so that we can see just how effective that fluorescent material is. Now you can see you really do stand out You turn right the way around, that's it. Give us a good model twirl. And in fact, it works just as well on this colour as well, if I can put that across. That's one of the other colours that C&A are going to be bringing the jacket out as well. That's a lovely sort of slatey blue colour with a silver fluorescent strip on it. So once again, many congratulations, Catherine. You pleased with the way it turned out? Mm. Well, sit down again then with me, because just a moment, we've got Les and Dustin, Les Dennis and Dustin G coming up in the store. But first of all, have a look at the laughter show. Do you like the laughter show? It's good, isn't it?
Two solids.